Hi students, Mr. Metelsky here, and today's video will be focusing on simplifying square roots. Simplifying roots is a process that helps us keep exact answers and not get decimals, especially decimals that don't terminate, that are hard to write. So when it asks you to simplify a square root, basically what it asks you to do is to take out or pull out any perfect square factors that the number itself might have. So we need to remember that a square root, the symbol of a square root, this symbol here, the check mark symbol, really asks the question, what number times itself gets the number inside of it? And we call the number inside the radicand. So 432 is called the radicand in this problem. And in this question, our goal is to try to find what number times itself gets us 432. Well, some numbers are easy to find because they're perfect square numbers, and I have those written down here on the side. For instance, all of these numbers over here are considered perfect square numbers. Take 121. That is a perfect square because 121 is really 11 times 11. So the square root of 121 would just be 11. Because 11 times itself is 121. However, that doesn't happen for 432 or any of these numbers up here. So when we try to simplify square roots, our goal is to try to find perfect square factors that will divide into those numbers. Now, in order to find perfect square numbers that divide in, what we're going to do is systematically go through this list to try to find the biggest one that will go into the number. Now here's a little trick on how to look to find what's going to go into it. The square root of a number will always be less than or equal to half of that number. So when we take the number inside, the radicand number, the square root of it has to be less than or equal to half that much. So like for 150, half of that is 75. So our square root answer has to be 75 or below. So how is that helpful? Well, in our case, if we look at 432, if I take 432, have my calculator here, whoops, 430, be helpful if I could use it properly, 432 divided by 2, that puts me at 216. So what we're going to do is on this list, we're going to go to the number that is at 216 or below. Well, that would be right between here. So we're going to start at the first number below it, which would be 196. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 432 and divide it by 196. So it doesn't go in evenly. So we're going to now try again. 432 divided by 169. Doesn't go. 432 divided by 144. 3 times. So we're going to write the number first, broken up, as 144 and 3. So we're going to break root 432 into root 144 and root 3. And we know the square root of 144 is 12, because 12 times 12 is 144. So our answer is going to be 12 root 3. So 12 root 3 is the same thing as root 432. It just is simplified. So we're going to try that for all these problems here. We're going to go through exactly like we did and go through the process. So let's do the next one underneath here, 98. So if I take 98 and divide it by 2, that's going to put me at 49. It goes in evenly. 49, because remember, we need to stay to less than or equal to half that number. So we're going to start at 49. Well, 49 happens to be in it. So we're going to break it up into root 49, root 2. And we know root 49 is 7, so our answer is 7 root 2. How about 150? if we do 150 divided by 2, that's 75. So if we look at our list here, the first number under 75 would be 64. So 150 divided by 64, that doesn't go in evenly. 150 divided by 49, nope. 150 divided by 36, nope. 150 divided by 25, there we go, it goes 6 times. So we're going to write this as root 25 root 6. Now, of course, I'm hoping that you actually knew that 25 went into that without having to use a calculator, but I wanted to show you the process. Now, we know root 25 is 5, so our answer is going to be 5 root 6. So if you want to, you could pause the video now and actually try these 3 on your own. I'm going to continue on and actually explain those. So root 82, again, if we take 82 and divide it by 2, it's going to put us at 41. First number under 41 is 36. So we're going to go 82 divided by 36, not a whole number. 82 divided by 25, well, that shouldn't work. 82 divided by 16, nope. 82 divided by 9, nope. 82 divided by 4, nope. So this is an example of a problem that can't be simplified. So because no perfect square goes into it, our answer is just root 82. So it's possible that it can't be simplified. All right, let's try 48. We're going to divide it by 2 to find our starting spot, and that would be 24, so that puts us right at 16 as our first number. So 48 divided by 16, wonderful, 3. So we're going to break this up into root 16, root 3, and root 16 is 4, so it's 4 root 3. And then lastly, we have 243. So 243, we're going to divide that in half. That gets us 121.5, so we're going to start at 121. So 243 divided by 121. Nope. 243 divided by 100. I would hope you know that that's not, comes out to be a whole number. 81. So 243 divided by 81. 3. So we're going to break this up into 81 and 3. And root 81 is 9. So we have 9 root 3. Notice that in all of these problems that as soon as we evaluate the perfect square, the root disappears over it. The non-perfect square, like the number under the in the radicand here, doesn't get eliminated. The root doesn't get eliminated here because we can't actually evaluate that and get a precise whole number for it. Okay. So just again, the strategy is we take the number that's the radicand. We always have to find half of that number to see where we're going to start on our list over here on the left. So once we have that number, we divide it by 2 to see where our starting spot is, and then we take that number and divide it systematically, smaller and smaller, until we get the first one that hits us on the list from top to bottom. My recommendation to you, let me zoom out a little bit on this. My recommendation to you would be to actually write down and make your own list. Okay, make your own list of perfect squares and have it handy so that whenever you're doing these types of problems, you have a reference to look at. All right, good luck as you're working with square roots. As always, you know where to find me if you need help.